Welcome back to the Brick Abbey. We are continuing our work here with Boba Fett's spaceship, and if you have been enjoying just hanging out with me, listening to the meandering conversation in these builds, make sure you do all the things down below. Hit subscribe and the bell button and the like button. And thank you so much for continuing to hang out with us here and watch these videos. I lost track of time in the last episode and ended up going kind of long. So we don't want these to be, too long. We don't want these to be too long. We want them to be consumable, but we also just kind of want to let the conversation flow. And I tend to tell stories about my kids, and I got to going, and I blinked and looked up, and I thought, oh my, this is a long one. And so I hope you guys are enjoying the content, regardless of how long an episode ends up being. We hope that it's just a good time either way. This piece has to get down in there. There we go. Nice and built out. You guys want to get a little zoom in there. All the work that we've been getting done on this one. And we need the control board. I'm not quite sure where that ended up. There it is, right in front of me, but it was facing the other way, so I couldn't see it. Okay, and these two guys up here. All right, we are finally building the cockpit. I think it might have been the TIE fighter. I think we built the cockpit almost like first. Yeah, we did. I remember now. Actually built that out first, and that one was a fun one. Right from the beginning, you kind of know where you're going, where you're headed. This one was a little bit different. One took a little bit longer to come into sort of shape. Oop. And it wants us to put this right on top. Okay, so that's going to be this is probably going to be the hinge that holds the cockpit door right here. It'll probably end up going there, would be my guess. And bring this guy and this guy. And then that's going to go right there on the front. Perfect. Okay. Ready to do these two guys here. And then we got these smooth ones. And they're going to go right on that corner. Oh, that brings such a nice shape. Oops, this one's kind of backwards. Let's get it right. Brings such a nice shape there. Here, let me lift it up so you can see. It just gave it a really nice rounded shape there. Really completed it. And now it's time for what I kind of knew was coming. Oh, that right there. That is satisfying. The way that just clicks in there. Perfect. Man, all that work, and it just goes right down in. There's a slight click, like it kind of snags. That's good. That makes it feel good. Okay, so we've done the minifigs. Oh, that's right. He's supposed to hold the spear. Let's give him his spear. There we go. There you go, Mando. Oh, he's got somebody in carbonite. I didn't see that. Oh, look. Huh. He's got a guy. He's got a guy in carbonite. Oh. They're putting him in carbonite. All right. Put this here. Got some theories on what they could do with that in the show. Oh, that went on so nice. I was a little nervous. I went fast and I thought, oh, buddy, I hope that was straight. Felt straight at the very beginning. I think that's the last of the stickers. Yeah, I don't think that black strip is going to be anything. So, all right, we'll set him there. All right, we need some of our big arches. And it wants us to connect here on the side. Like so. There we go. Oh man, that really brings that home, doesn't it? Look at that. That just really lands that side. It just, man, the guys and the gals who work on these, just what a fun trip that must be. You know, taking something like a ship from Star Wars and nailing those little artistic aspects. Man, look, that thing has really come far. Wow. I get caught up in looking down. And, you know, really starts to come together. Two of these guys here. And then we got these lightsaber bases. Oh, looks like we're building some kind of a gun. All right, so we're going to take this. We're going to go opposite direction there. And then it wants me to put that on like so. And then that goes on top. And then the jagged part is back. Jagged part is... Whoop. There we go. I got it backwards. That's a cool looking gun. It wants it down there. Oh, we already put the... I love that. Oh, look at that. Yes. That's such a nice touch. That's so well done. We put that piece there earlier. I guess we're going to make another one. Yep. Do you ever... I do. I'm just going to say it. I get excited when you make a piece like that and it's like really satisfying and then you get to do another one. That's... I don't know. That's probably... I wonder if that's a Lego thing or just... That might be something deep within the recesses of our brains, you know? Repeating a satisfying action. There we go. That. Jagged at the back. Jagged at the back. Okay. And on you go. Oh man. That's great. The double guns right on the front. That's great. That's wonderful. Okay. We're going to make more stuff here. Let's move it along. Let's not get too caught up in being... Oh, we just need one. We're going to need some of these, it seems. But first, I'm jumping ahead. I'm getting excited. Things are really starting to come together on this piece. I don't know if we'll be able to finish it in this video. We might be able to. We usually land at about 30 minutes. And buddy, I just start going. I start talking. And I do not watch the time. But we think that's one of the things that makes this content enjoyable. You know? Okay, so we're putting the green squares on the side of these black pieces. We'll do that first. And it wants us to do like that. And like that. Looks like we're building like an outer arch piece, maybe? Hard to know. And then we need two more of these guys right in the front. Yeah, we're kind of building out the arch of it so that it has a three-dimensional shape. Interesting. So these guys, these greens, and then one of these. Okay, so right on the front, we're going to put one gray, and then like so. For that staggered look. Okay. Perfect. And then it wants these guys up top. Alright. Oh, that is a satisfying piece to make. Look at that. That's nice. Oh, look where it's gonna go. It's going in our favorite spot. Oh, the way that just clicked right in there. Oh man. Look at the shape that it's brought to that part. That's excellent. That is so good. And we get to make it again. We get to make it again. It said right here to do it twice. So buckle up. We're going back in. All right. I worked in a glue factory. That's random, isn't it? But I worked in a glue factory and it was terrible, but you have to find ways to pass the time in jobs that are unpleasant. And the thing that I always enjoyed was when I wasn't cleaning machines or running the machines, but putting the labels on the bottles. So satisfying, because you would take the label and I would lay it like gently and then take my finger and like slowly bring it down the middle, and then you'd like smooth it down. No bubbles, no nothing. And it made the day go so fast because it was so relaxing, and yet you kind of needed to go quickly. So you had to master the art of speed and precision, which is always, that's in sports, that's in so many things. And it was just, I loved it. And the bummer of it was they liked to put the older, like the elderly people, or like especially like the older women, they liked to put them on that job, because the men that were younger, especially because I was young, I was 19, we could lift the heavy pieces and the heavy machinery pieces and push the bottle like on the machine was kind of hard. You had to smack it on, bring it off. So obviously they didn't want, little old ladies doing that. They were better with like the labels. So I didn't get to do labeling all that often. But you'd like get to know the person on your lane with you, and the little old ladies in there, they were always trying to set me up on dates. They thought I was so sweet and all that. I mean, I was. I'm not saying I wasn't. They thought I was sweet. I was actually no. But it was one of those things where you had to do something to pass the time, You had to figure out a way to not go crazy. There's a place like that, it'll take you there. And you can very easily blink and make your own life just horrible by your outlook and your approach to the day. So we were kind of, we were in it together, banded together to do things to make the day a little bit more enjoyable. Wait, that's not right. There we go. I remember doing that when I worked in the mall. It was not a great job. I worked for Singular, and then it became AT&T. So it wasn't a great job. But the guys I worked with, I loved going to work. It kind of felt like hanging out with the boys for 8 hours. That's not so bad, It's not so bad, is it? So, do what you can. Find those people that, I don't know, can make you smile in the in the pit of a gross job, because they'll save you. They will inadvertently, they'll save you from losing your mind. Okay. Do this. We would play all kind of games whenever we... Oh, it wants me... Do it like that. There we go. We play all kind of games. My favorite was the one that it ended up on Jimmy Fallon. To this day, I claim that he stole the idea from us, which I know is silly and not true, but it's fun to claim anyway. And we would use our business cards, and we would write really just random words on the back of them. And because we were in the back of the mall, so it was very slow. The business was always one customer at a time, you know. So you would take turns. We thought that was the fair approach. You have no idea what's coming in the door. Could be an amazing sale, you know, could be somebody who just needs help paying their bill or whatever the heck they might be there. And so we just thought that was the fairest way to do it. And something we did to pass the time was we would do, they call it on Jimmy Fallon, I believe they call it word sneak. You, while you were dealing with a customer, and obviously, you know, me and another guy would be watching, you'd have to just keep walking by and grabbing a business card and use the word on the back of the business card in your interaction with the customer. So it was harmless. It was totally harmless. We weren't like obviously making somebody say something foul or you know, or off color. That would have been a very bad idea and unpleasant and great way to get fired. So, and the competition was, you know, get as many points as you could get. You know, who could get through the most cards. Kind of like when you're playing like Taboo or something and you're trying to get people to say the word on the card. This is the opposite, right? You're trying to get through, oops, skipping steps. You're trying to say it in your, you know, in your pitch or whatever. And man, the one guy, he was unbeatable because he just would never break. He was so funny. He was like my favorite guy to work with. His name was Darren, and he was just awesome. And sure enough, I mean, he would just keep going. He grabbed card after card after card. And then the one day, I think he was trying to break his record. He was trying to, where did this go? Right there? Okay. Oh, and then that's supposed to flip down. Alright. Okay. He was trying to break his record. And he needed one more card. It's kind of like in, you know, Super Troopers where the guy like needs one more and he goes back down. He just says meow, like he just meows at him or whatever. He needs one more. And the last card it wasn't just a word, it was a phrase. It was like, I take the bus home. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just random, right? Like how do you say that in a conversation about cell phones? And so he sees it and he grabs it and realizes like, oh, he could get one more. And I'm not kidding you. People are walking out of the store. They're leaving. And he says, oh, one more thing. And they turn around and he's like, I take the bus home. He's like, so that's just one more reason. It's just really, really great to have a cell phone. So, and the look on their face was worth, it was worth everything that we had ever done with that game. The look on their face. They were like, they didn't want to look confused, but they were, because they obviously didn't want to offend him. Like, you know, why is this young man telling us he takes the bus home? You know, he was the champion, man. Nobody Nobody beat him at that game. Nobody. Take the bus home. Oh, such good times. Oh, that was a job right there, man. It didn't even feel like a job. We didn't make the greatest money because, obviously it was hourly plus commission, and, we weren't getting the greatest commission on the back end of this mall. We're not getting foot traffic that the other stores are getting, and our attach rates on stuff were so good. We would go to these like quarterly meetings and we would win like so many awards because it was like, how do you beat a store that has such low foot traffic? And we were just really, really good at convincing people to get, certain features. And we were all very, very on the up and up salesmen. We did not like some of the other stores. We knew that they were sort of known for being dishonest. They would lie to little old ladies and stuff. Oh, you need this really expensive memory card or your phone won't be able to take pictures. I had a woman say that to me once. She's like, yeah, he said I needed this or the pictures wouldn't work. And I promptly returned it and said, no, you do not. And I notated the account too, so that if anybody checked on it, they would see, the guy that she interacted with, was just a liar. It's like, come on, bro. You got to care about more than just the money. Okay. All right, and then we got to build that weird piece again. This piece is really bizarre. We're starting to get down to the final pieces though, so it's going quick. Really, really easy to find the pieces now. So, those were the days. One of the things that we loved to do, and this is obviously a little on the line. Like maybe we shouldn't have done this. Maybe I shouldn't include this in the video, but I'm going to. We would, since not everybody had to be on the floor because it was such a slow store, and our manager a lot of the times just wouldn't be there. One of us would go into the office, and we would intentionally bring the customer to the back because there's a back register, and behind you, so you would be standing there facing the customer, and then directly behind you would be a wall, and right on the other side of that wall was our manager's office. And our manager was great. He was a super dope dude. It was very chill, very, very easy to work with. A lot of the managers at that time were great. And what we would do is we would wait until they would watch on the camera, and they would see like, oh, they're at the back, they're talking to him, and then they would slam the wall, like make it like this loud boom, and then they would just like yell something random, and you couldn't tell what they were saying. You could not tell what they were saying, so it just sounded like this muffled, angry, like, and obviously, it would become, the customer would become aware, like, something had happened. So they're selling me to set aside 6, but only 2 of them fit in the gun. Okay, so it was very clear that something had happened, and the one time where I almost just came apart laughing. The lady did like the classic, when like a lady gets startled, maybe an older lady, and she kind of goes, oh, and she kind of made that sound, and like, oh, she's like, oh, I hope everything's okay back there. And I started laughing. So obviously I have to cover because she's looking at me like, what's so funny kind of a thing. Like, what's so funny? And I said, yeah, oh yeah. I said, he's having a hard time with his computer. I said, he's, she's like, oh, okay. And then that was it. That was kind of the end of the conversation. And we had to stop doing that because we thought you know, people are going to think, you know, our manager's crazy. They're going to be like, well, you know, who's back there? who's back there losing their mind? Oh, man. The things that we would do to pass the time. I tell you. Those were fun days. Fun days. It's interesting, too, to look back on a job like that and to think that I don't remember the job because of the job. You know? I remember it because of the people. So, hopefully you can have that wherever you're working. You know, if you're at a restaurant or a shop or who knows where. Hopefully, that's something you can experience because it is kind of nice. Makes going into work not so bad. And then you can have funny stories to tell people later. Maybe not in the same way, you know, as what I'm sharing, but maybe. Okay, so we're putting these red lights on here. And then we have that. There we go. Okay. And then it looks like, yep, I'm just putting these on the side. There we go. Nice little spot there, right down the middle. Oh, see, this is why we had so many of these vents. We need them all now. And it looks like we need these guys too. Wait. No. Darker. Okay. And it's going to want vents all the way down the middle here. Like so. Just 3 down on each side. Then you come down to the very edge of it. And we're going to put these darker plants. Then we have these cool pieces. This is it wants the vertical pattern. Now you got to be careful here. Oh, you got to be careful here because there's 2 sides to these guys, and one has the vertical pattern and one has the horizontal. So it wants me to do the vertical pattern with these 2 guys on either side. Like so. There we go. Right around the edge. And then it wants these guys to push it, that outer wall down a little bit further. Okay. There we go. And let's take this. And let's take that. And this is going to go right on top. Just like that. Okay. And then there's some smooth pieces here that they want along the outside. Like so. And these guys are going to come in. And they're going to go right on top of what we built. Like that. And then this 4-piece goes across to attach it all. And now it wants these 2 guys to complete the alternate side. Oh, that's really cool how that lines up like that. It had me complete that. See? And then it wants the ladder to be like that. And then we have these little antenna coming. And they need to be oriented like so. Okay. Last brick. Vertical stripes forward. 2 of the yellows. This smooth. That guy there. And that guy there. So we're going to take this and we're making something. I'm going to put that piece along the bottom and then put both of the yellows on. And then this goes right there. And it wants this to hang down right there. I don't know why we use that textured piece just to cover it up, but we did. And then I guess this... Oh, this thing we just built is for carbonite. See? Okay, so let's clear. These are all of the extra pieces. Okay. Bring them all over here. And that goes like that. And then... Oh, see, that's why those are loose like that. Okay. So there's your carbonite. There's your little station. And pop this up. And we can put Boba Fett inside. And then it's trying to show me something about the back. Yeah, so there's the kickstand that we installed. The very beginning, remember? And that allows you to hold it, to fly it around. It also enables you to have it slightly propped when you want to set it down. And that's it. That was a very satisfying conclusion to this build. We have finished Boba Fett's ship. Let's show you the back. All those engine pieces that we did. And you can see these guys sort of turn with the weight of the ship a little bit. It's kind of cool how that happens. Now, I don't know if we put carbonite in and seal that. Yeah, I don't think you can attach this in any way if you want. I think it's just meant to be like a companion piece. Yeah, you can't really attach it. So you could come up with a way to attach that, but it's just mainly meant to be like a companion piece to set next to it, you know, in a display case or as you're, you know, playing with it, I guess. All right. Well, there you have it. The Boba Fett Starship from The Mandalorian. We got our minifigs. We got all of our extra pieces over here. Got our instructions. We'll do a review video as well. Man, thank you so much for supporting the Brick Abbey. We have links below of other ways to support. Looking forward to this channel continue to grow and see more people. Make sure you're subscribed. Hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark is going to be really special. We'll do some fun things to celebrate that when that finally happens. So those of you that were here in the early days and helped us build this thing, thank you so much. We will see you in the next video.